I was asked to write a letter about him recently. I said, what shocks me is that I'm writing this letter because it feels to me like everybody ought to already know all this stuff, except in doing a little research for this letter, I discovered all this extra stuff.
I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, in 1946. My dad was in the service. My mom and dad met in Charleston. As soon as the war was over, Dad moved back to his hometown of Augusta, Georgia. So I grew up in Augusta. His influence over me was pretty dramatic. It was a working class, modest family. My interests really were around sports. I had the good fortune of having people in my life that influenced me to not only enjoy the sports, but get really good at it, to ultimately lead me to a full scholarship to the University of Tennessee.
He didn't start out with any advantages other than parents who were very loving and wanted to see him succeed.
I finished college in 1968, the highest point of the Vietnam War. I had my military obligation. That enabled me to have a tremendous choice of employers. I chose Shell. The company was going to teach me how to coach these service station dealers and mentor them and help them be more successful. Well, the lesson was I learned to run a small business. At this point in time, I had 2 children, just like my dad. I had to figure out what was the next step. I knew how to run a small business. I had this opportunity here because this service station dealer was retiring, and I negotiated a purchase. So I sized up the opportunity, I took the risk, and made the jump. And it was scary.
He is one of the most superb risk evaluators of any client that I have ever worked with. What he's done is he has essentially grown a business from a very small couple of station operations up to a 1,500 employee organization.
With Shell, it looks like I really knew the industry was going to change so dramatically and be disrupted by the movement from service station dealers to self-service convenience stores where people pump their own gas. And I was right at that point where I had that opportunity.
To me, it's sort of the story of Greenville. What I like to think about as the story of Greenville is you get people who care about the place, who understand about business, and who want to make the place around them more valuable.
When you think of Greenville and the things he's been involved with, Unity Park, the baseball stadium, he's able to lend credibility and leadership to those efforts.
He loves his family the most. I think he loves his employees second most. I didn't realize he's the largest South Carolina-based retailer in South Carolina.
From the very get-go, he said, I'm going to support the community that supports me. Early on, he had a goal of giving away 10% of his profits to local things in the community. And he's just been consistent over a 50-year period in doing that.
Every couple of weeks, it seems like there'll be some charitable event, there'll be a road race, there'll be a this, there'll be a that, and Spinks is one of the lead sponsors.
He has met and served as a mentor for lots of people. Then his personal legacy by creating a family foundation. If you look at the range of what the Spinks Family Foundation gives to, I mean, it's hundreds of organizations, millions of dollars. So it's really a significant contributor here in the community.
His company motto is making life easier. And again, I think that's sort of a nice summation of what he has done within the industry and for his customer base.
Just to watch him start here, grow here, become a big success here, and then turn it over to another generation it's the perfect Greenville story, I think. I'm just glad he picked Greenville to move to, and South Carolina should be glad he picked South Carolina to move to.
It's a thrill to be recognized, and it's when I say it's undeserving, I really feel in many ways there are so many others that within this company that made it happen. I'm just happened to be the guy that got the ball rolling